What is going on, everybody? It's Pastor Ethan here for another episode of the Truth Is podcast. It's episode 24, and today we are joined by a reoccurring guest. He is a sophomore at his house. Give it up for Matthew Dawes. Matthew, how you doing?
Doing good.
All right, Matthew, so you know how this goes. A little word association to start off with, all right? Start it off easy, as always. Waffle House or IHOP?
Waffle House. 100%.
Okay, good. See, you're starting off good. You started off with a win, all right? There are wrong answers, all right? So, next, dream car.
Definitely a Saline S7.
No clue what that is.
Find out later.
Okay. What color?
Silver.
Silver, okay. If you could have any job in the world, what would it be?
Definitely infantry in the military.
Okay. What would be your least favorite job?
Least favorite job? Fast food.
Fast food, okay. What do you do right now?
Pizza.
Well, that's fast food.
Alright.
All right. So, Matthew, I know a little about you, but why don't you just tell us a little bit more about yourself that we don't know?
I got my first pair of boots when I was 3.
Okay. So, if you don't know, we call Matthew our urban cowboy. He's a city boy that tries to be country, even though he's from like downtown Nederland. All right.
Downtown's like the middle of Nederland.
It's literally middle of Nederland. Urban cowboy Matthew Dawes over here. So, Matthew, as you know, we're going to Pastor Ron's devotion, The Plain Truth. And our truth for today is we don't have to tear down one thing to build up another. So let's jump to our scriptures. Ephesians 4:29, let no corrupt word proceed out of your mouth, but what is good for necessary edification, that it may impart grace to the hearers. Romans 16:17, now I urge you, brethren, note those who cause division and offenses contrary to the doctrine which you learned, and avoid them. In 2 Timothy 2:23, again I say, don't get involved in foolish, ignorant arguments that only start fights. So let's break these down, Matthew. So first, Ephesians 4:29, let no corrupt word proceed out of your mouth. When you hear that, what's kind of the first thing that pops to your head?
No cuss words.
Yeah, cuss words. Don't be trashing people. It's kind of what it's saying. You know, don't let bad things come out of your mouth, either about other people or whatever it is. But what is good and necessary for edification, that it may impart grace to the hearers. Next, we go to Romans 16:17. It says, now I urge you, brethren, note those who cause division and offenses, contrary to the doctrine which you learn, and avoid them. So when you hear that, take note of those who cause division and offenses, and avoid them. What kind of do you pull from that?
Just try to stay away from the bad people and find the good.
Yeah, the people that are just going to be negative and just constantly just try to tear down people, right? And finally, 2 Timothy 2:23. Again, I say, don't get involved in foolish, ignorant arguments that only start fights. What do you pull from that, Matthew?
Don't be dumb. Don't get super competitive. Don't argue.
Yeah, don't get in dumb arguments that are just going to start. Don't purposely try to start a fight by getting into an argument that you shouldn't get into, right?
Yeah.
So let's jump to our devotion for the day. At certain seasons and in certain situations of life, we find ourselves in transition. Transitions move us physically, spiritually, or philosophically from one place to another. Transitions can be tough enough without us causing more problems. It's okay to be happy about the new thing. We don't have to tear down the old in order to build up the new. Some transitions require no justification. Don't allow your insecurity or those of others around you to slander your former involvements. We can be happy about where we are going without being negative about where we have been. So let's break it down a little bit, Matthew. So at certain seasons and certain situations of life, we found ourselves in transition. Transitions move us physically, spiritually, and philosophically from one place to another. Have you ever felt like you've been in like a transition period?
Definitely. Especially after church camp.
Yeah.
It was a big, because we were coming back, and it was just like a big old movement, and I came home, and there was a bunch of people and stuff that I probably shouldn't be around. and then it was just like this whole big like thing.
Yeah, you have
Like
transition.
move through it.
Yeah, whether it's from something like that or if it's just from like middle school to high school. Everything is a transition in different ways. Transition can be tough enough without causing more problems. And, it's okay to be happy about the new thing you're going to. Sometimes transitions are scary and whatnot, but it's okay to look forward to what's next, right? We don't have to tear down the old things in order to build something new. Some transitions require no justification. So whenever you hear that part about don't tear down the old in order to build up the new, what do you kind of pull from that?
Don't destroy like your old self, like the old people that were sometimes good, and then just to build like a new foundation, a new future. Because some of those people you can probably bring with you and help those people.
Yeah, when you think about it, there's some things that whenever you look at it, some parts were good. We don't have to destroy everything just to make something new come up. Or even just in general, we know we have a transition period. Why destroy something that's good already just to go to something new, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's jump to our prayer for the day. Father, teach me the right and profitable way to make a transition in life. I want to be thankful for all you have done and are continuing to do where you have had me. I am yet excited to embrace all you are going to do and where you are taking me. Help me keep my journey in perspective and pleasing to you. These prayers are just something that we can constantly and consistently pray to go through different things in life. For this, it's a changing of a season. We're changing from this to that. God help me get from here to there, right?
Yes, sir.
So Matthew, if you had one takeaway from the day, what would it be?
Don't destroy your old self and the good memories to build up a new one.
Yeah, whenever we think about it, there's going to be times in life whenever we have to change. It's just inevitable. Change is going to happen, right?
Yes, sir.
But, don't destroy something that was good just to get to something new. Don't destroy a car just to get to a new car when the car you have is good, right?
Yes, sir.
Don't purposely destroy things that are good and fine, right? So Matthew, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to, say what's up to before we close out today? All right. Well, everybody, I'm Pastor Ethan. That's Matthew Dawes. This has been episode 24 of the Truth Is podcast. We'll see you next week.